Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another episode. Man, slight pause. This video is gonna be a kind of like a part two. I made a video probably like 2 months ago, and I was basically saying, is the NBA trash, or are we just getting true parity, right? And what I laid out was there was a couple things I laid out, right? So whenever there's a big superstar trade, you're either going to get, maybe you may get another we haven't seen when last time we seen a star trade for trade. I don't know when last time we seen it, but it's usually a star getting traded away for a bunch of pieces, some role players, and a bunch of draft picks, right? So what that does to a lot of teams, it gives us a lot of middling teams. For instance, look at OKC, right? OKC has all the picks, but they've been having a lot of good picks and been making a lot of good draft picks. Um, of course, they got SGA through a trade, which is how they got some of the picks. Chet Holmgren, Giddy. What's the new cat? I think Jalen Williams. It's a bunch of just good young pieces, right? But this comes from the draft, trades, and because they're getting the best to when you trade a star, you get a star, you getting the best role players. So you're getting what I call and I said in this in the video, and S tier role players. Again, you move over to Brooklyn, right? Kyrie left, KD left, and what Brooklyn got from Phoenix is some of they already had great role players because that's how the team was working out. So you already had Seth Curry, you already had Joe Harris, Cam Thomas. Uh, he's a hooper, but then they pick up maybe the best role player in the league, which is Mikal Bridges. Then they get Cam Johnson, who's another fantastic prospect. So you have this team, which is a Midland team. They can give it to you. They don't have like a SGA because I think they will stand out a little bit more. But what I meant to put that together was throughout the season, our good and elite teams, or what they would be in the past, they're going against better teams. Like the trash teams, there's only like two of them. It's not five or six of them. You know what I mean? It's only like one or two now, and everybody else is a little middling because there's just great role players. You put great role players, three of them together, um, you're gonna get a good team that competes, right? So to me, it feels like there's no NBA team that stands out and say, "Hey, we are the best teams." It was the Bucks, it was the Celtics as far as the overall league. You could say the 76ers as well. Um, but as we're in the playoffs, Giannis out. Celtics just lost to the Hawks last night. I believe it should be like maybe 2-1 now. Um, I should have probably got a damn check there before I came on here, but yeah, the Boston, they just lost to the Hawks, right? The Knicks and the Cavaliers are going at it. But Knicks just got them beat them by 20. Kawhi, the Clippers, Kawhi hasn't been playing. Paul George hasn't been playing, right? So they're with just Westbrook, they are a middling team. And you got Phoenix in there. Of course, they just made all the trades, but there's no team that's just a dominant. Warriors is the number one team. Whoever, this is the number one team, right? And is this a parody or is this parody? Because you have all the stars jumping from team to team to team. And it's not every 4 years. It's like every two or one. James Harden was in Brooklyn 2 years. They had to change. Brooklyn has changed their teams like four complete roster changes in like the last 3 years, maybe 4 years. I'm talking complete roster changes. Superstars in and out, role players in and out. Jared Allen out. He would have been fantastic. Nick Claxton is fantastic too. Jared Allen is fantastic as well. These cats end up on Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell. Mobley, you get from the draft. It just seems like there's a lot of good Damn, I don't want to call them. If this was wrestling, they'd be upper middle card. These would be the Intercontinental Champion ass teams. You know what I mean? It's no heavyweight champions because either the team is just constructed like that, they ain't got that dog in them, or they're injured. For instance, Memphis against the Lakers right now, they had no job, no JJJ, Jalen Jackson, Jalen Johnson. What's this nigga name? Defensive Player of the Year. No Steven Adams, no Brandon Clark. So you got three starting bigs, and your best player's not there, and you beat the Lakers. The Lakers, even in the playoffs in general, is hilarious. So it just seems like there's just some intercontinental ass champion ass teams. I don't know who's standing out. Golden State won at home, but they're like 11-30 on the road. How can you trust anybody in the regular season that was 11-30? And it was still like a 6 seed. Nigga, the Rockets was like 11-30 on the road. And it was the worst team in the league. I'm pretty sure the Rockets had a better home record. They probably won 11 games total, and that shit was all on the road. I don't know what's going on. What is going on with the NBA? The Everything is not better. The players are not better. That's not the case. The players are not. Don't say that. Oh, they're better athletes. That's not the case. Because we're getting terrible basketball. The basketball is terrible. You can say the 76ers are dogs, but the 76ers remind me right now of Phoenix against the Pelicans last year. They scratching and clawing to get through a team they should be washing. Now you say, oh, they up 3-0. Motherfuckers is getting ejected. And B's kicking people in the nuts. They fighting against Brooklyn. It very much reminds me of Phoenix. I knew Phoenix wasn't going to win the finals because they're scratching and clawing with the Pelicans with no Zion. Chris Paul is punching Jose Alvarado in the nuts all series, dirty plays. If you're doing that in the first round against the Pelicans, if you're doing that in the first round against Brooklyn, then I really can't see you winning the championship, even if you get to the finals. I believe the conspiracy theory been in 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You can look at my channel. I knew the Lakers was gonna get to this point, and I feel like nobody wants to win it, so LeBron is gonna take it, and he's gonna drag AD with him. Nobody wants to win it. Nobody in the West, especially, wants it. Let me know what y'all think. Holla at your boy. I think the NBA sucks.